When you have overallocation, Project does offer to fix the problem. And what it offers is if you go to the Resource tab in the ribbon, it'll offer to level the resource or level all the tasks. The idea is that it will cause delays between tasks, and it may even split tasks to resolve the problem. I would rather resolve the problem in a more intelligent way and in different ways for different problems. Let's start with the date, for example. When I'm on the date, I can see there's a full-time bride, and yet the groom is working 8% of his time. So maybe I need to reduce the hours that the bride is working on this particular task. To do that, I'd click on this task, and in the Resource tab in the ribbon, I'd click the Assign Resources button. I can see the bride is working full-time and the groom is doing 2 hours, which is 8%. I'm going to change and reduce the hours that the bride is working to 2 hours also, and enter. So now the bride and the groom are both contributing 2 hours to this particular task. And I can see my little red man has disappeared from the indicator column for this task. So this task has been resolved by reducing the hours. So I'll click Close. When I look at this particular task here, Site, Costumes, Caterer, and Entertainment, they all seem to involve the manager, and the manager is working on too many things at the same time. One of the ways to resolve a problem is perhaps to remove the start. Perhaps the manager can't work on this task, this task, this task, and this task at the same time. So I'm going to change the 10 SS to just 10. And I've resolved the problem regarding the manager on those tasks. Now as I go further down, I still have one more task to resolve. So I'm going to click on Clean Up. I'm then going to go to the Task tab in my ribbon, and I'll scroll to Task. What I see here is that there's not too many tasks happening at the same time, so the problem must be that I've assigned too many resources to this task. Cleanup crew and bartenders. Now if I go to my resource pool, I can check whether I have 10 cleanup crew and 10 bartenders. So I'll go to my resource pool. And I don't. I have 5 bartenders and 5 cleanup crew, and that's the problem. What I'd like to do is hire another 5 cleanup crew and increase this number of units to 10. But I can't do this while this particular resource pool file is open as read-only. So what I'm going to do is go back to the wedding, save the wedding, File, Save, and I'm going to close the wedding as soon as I go OK. So I'll go File, Close, and I'm also going to close the resource pool. So File, Close again. Now I want to open up the resource pool and be able to make changes to my resource pool because I'm going to hire some more cleanup staff. So I'll click on File, and from Recent I'll bring up the resource pool. I don't want to open the resource pool as read-only, otherwise I won't be able to make changes. So I'm going to choose the second option, and OK. Now I can go to the cleanup crew and hire another 10 cleanup crew by increasing this number, or hire another 5 to increase it to 10. And suddenly I don't have a problem with my cleanup crew. Problem resolved. I'll then save the file, close the file, and return to opening up my wedding. And OK. So I've resolved the problem with the cleanup crew, and this is apparent in my resource pool because they're no longer red. But I still have a problem with bartenders. They're still red. And if I go back to my project, and I look at the task in row 38, and I scroll to that task, I need to resolve the bartender issue. I've still got 10 bartenders assigned to this task, and I only have 5. And because I hired more cleanup crew, I can't afford to hire some more bartenders. But what I will do is the caterers have stepped in. They're as equally qualified to manage the bar as the bartenders. So I'm going to assign the caterers to this particular task. I'm going to go to the Resource tab in the ribbon, and I'm going to assign resources. I'm going to change the number of bartenders to 5 because that's all I have, and the caterers have kindly jumped in for me, so I'll employ the 5 caterers. When I click Close, I no longer have a little red man in my indicator column. In fact, I don't have any more little red men because I've resolved the problem. So options available to you are to reduce the hours that perhaps a resource works on a task, and I did that with the bride. I reduced the number of hours she worked on the date from 1 full-time unit to 2 hours. The other option that you have is to hire more staff, and I did that with a case of cleanup. I hired 5 more cleanup staff so that I had 10. Another option is to assign different resources to the task that are equally capable of doing the job that aren't busy, and I did that with cleanup also, when I employed 5 caterers to help out the 5 bartenders to give me 10 units. And lastly, you may have to reevaluate some of your relationships, and I did that with the manager, and particularly in the row 11. I took away the start so that the manager could effectively be available for 4 tasks at the same time.